Local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6 in high definition.
4 student deaths in 6 weeks. Tonight, what's being offered at Clemson to help the grieving?
As you probably know, there's a lot that goes into caring for someone with the Ebola virus. We'll tell you what measures are in place here in the upstate to protect everyone.
And it's beautiful outside right now, but Friday's forecast is proving to be a game changer for some of the high school football.
Good evening, I'm Carol Goldsmith.
And I'm Michael Cogdill. Shock and grief. Tonight, some people describe Clemson University as heavy in light of so many losses in so short an amount of time.
WYFF News 4's Mandy Gaither is live and local at Clemson University. Mandy, a lot of students we hear are seeking counseling.
Well, Carol, I'm told there's a significant increase in the number of students coming in for counseling, understandable after so much loss. At Clemson University, everything seems like business as usual, but some students will tell you looks can be deceiving.
It's definitely been pretty heavy here on campus.
4 deaths in the first 6 weeks of classes. Freshman Virginia Gilliam died August 24th. Andrew O'Neill, a graduate student, died September 11th. Tucker Hipps, September 22nd. And the most recent loss, Kendall Wernette, on September 29th.
It's definitely obvious that it happened. Something went down here at Clemson.
To cope with that shock and grief, more and more students are seeking help. Raquel Contreras is the director of the Campus Counseling Center.
We are branching out and attempting to bring in additional counselors to help us with the overflow at this time.
Contreras says students can walk into their clinic for help between 10 and 2:30 at Redfern Monday through Friday. There are also on-site grief counseling sessions for groups grieving together.
Many a time being in a group of their own peers, in a therapeutic group of their own peers, can be very helpful. To where they understand that they are not alone in their own reactions to the grief.
With loss comes unity, and many here say they're now seeing just what it means to be part of the Clemson family. And counselors say that everyone grieves in their own way, and they're suggesting that students not isolate themselves and to take care of their health. That means eating properly, exercising, and remembering to get sleep. If that's been a problem, they are suggesting that students come in for help. Mandy Gaither, WYFF News 4, live at Clemson University.
Mandy, thank you. Face shields, double gloves, guards at the door, they're all part of one upstate hospital's precautions if ever faced with an Ebola patient. WYFF News 4's Myra Ruiz has more.
We spoke to the Emergency Services Director at Bon Secours St. Francis, who says that some of the early symptoms of Ebola are similar to that of the flu virus. So it's very important to diagnose which one a patient might have right away.
So if we had a patient of interest who said, yes, I've been to West Africa or been in contact and had concerning symptoms, they would be placed in a single patient room and placed under some isolation measures. At the end of their stay, we would do what's called a terminal clean, meaning that everything is washed down, all the surfaces are washed down. I don't think people need to panic. I think being aware of it and trying to educate yourself about the symptoms as far as fever, chills, aches, pain, nausea, and vomiting.
By knowing the symptoms and how Ebola is spread, Roland Bergeron says he's not worried about contracting the virus when he returns to Liberia later this month. He founded Water of Life, a mission group that builds water wells in third world countries.
After all the excitement of the Ebola is gone, people are still going to be living in Liberia, and they're still going to need water and food and all the other things that they need.
Bergeron says most airlines have canceled flights into Liberia and medical missionaries are cutting back on trips. He says those who choose to go are staying away from sick people and out of homes.
Certainly they're taking more precautions than they would have in the past.
The importance of good hygiene, hand washing, and other precautions are very important right now, not just because of the Ebola scare, but mostly also because the flu virus season is underway. Myra Ruiz, WYFF News 4, Greenville.
Now to Hendersonville, where the police say they found a man's body, and they tell us the remains had been assaulted and bound. Officers say relatives of 57-year-old Thomas Nelson asked them to check on him. Well, this morning, police say they found his body at his home on Eastbury Drive. His car was missing as well. So tonight, they're searching for that black 2001 BMW. If you know anything about this case or that car, call Crime Stoppers there in western North Carolina right away. A North Carolina driver is charged with DWI tonight after deputies say he was driving over the center line and caused this crash with a school bus. Take a look at these pictures. They come from the McDowell News. Dispatchers say around 7:30 this morning, Randall Webb, driving a Buick, crossed the center line on Sugar Hill Road in Marion. hitting the Marion Elementary School bus. There were 20 students plus on board. 8 students were taken to the hospital. We understand the injuries are minor, and the other students were taken to school aboard another bus.
South Carolina is receiving almost $450,000 to help dozens of homeless veterans find permanent housing. The money is in the form of rental vouchers for local public housing agencies and will allow 95 veterans to find permanent homes. The vouchers will go to housing authorities in Greenville, Charleston, Columbia, and Myrtle Beach. They are 2 letters that you'll find in more than 50 places in North and South Carolina. QT, or Quick Trip, is taking the Carolinas by storm, and the proof is right here in our area. WYFF News 4's Mike McCormick is live and local in Spartanburg. Mike, another store is opening tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's right, Carol, and it's actually on this long list of stores that are in South Carolina alone. And if you take a look right here, it reads, "More opening soon." In October of 2011, Quick Trip opened in Boiling Springs, the company's first store in South Carolina. On Thursday, QT will open its 53rd store in the Carolinas.
Right now, there is so many that I have not been in a place where I can't find one.
This is a sneak peek inside that 53rd store. It's on Highway 14 in Greer.
We got hot sandwiches right here.
Now all stores in our area have this full-service kitchen. Pizza, sandwiches, pretzels, drinks and desserts made to order.
It really was customer-based. They were asking for some different options, some different varieties.
QT officials say the company started scouting out the Carolinas 2 years before anyone knew they were coming here. They found plenty of perfect places to open, so they pounced, a move unlike any they'd made before. The Oklahoma-based company says its employees, and there are now 17,000 of them, are the key to their success. They transferred staff from other markets to our area to help them establish the, quote, QT culture here.
I love the price. I mean, it's a lot lower than, anywhere else around here.
From gas to goodies.
The reason I come is because of the sodas, because this is the best deal you can ever find.
The prices stay low because of high volume and the company's competitive nature.
So it's going to take somebody really smart to outdo them.
And at least 5 more QT stores are set to open in the Carolinas by the end of the year. Mike McCormick, WYFF News 4, live tonight in Spartanburg.
Thank you, Mike. One of the most highly anticipated events of the year comes back to downtown Greenville next weekend. And today we got a little preview of fall for Greenville. 41 restaurants in all will showcase more than 250 menu items this year. A slew of bands are going to perform on 5 stages downtown, and there will be plenty for the kids as well.
It's amazing the evolution that the festival has taken from being just an all-out block party to really being a family event that has showcases so many of the positive aspects of the city.
Worried about the traffic? Well, once again, the city is going to offer free transportation from the CU I-Car Garage as well as County Square to make the parking a bit easier.
Coming up tonight, WYFF News 4 presents our latest high-definition special, Chronicle Shoeless Joe. Explores the life and controversy surrounding one of the best baseball players to ever play the game. A scandal involving the 1919 World Series put an end to Shoeless Joe Jackson's Hall of Fame career. He was banned from baseball for life and still remains ineligible to enter baseball's pinnacle, the Hall of Fame. But to people in Greenville, Shoeless Joe will forever be a hometown hero. Chronicle Shoeless Joe airs tonight at 7:30 right here on WYFF 4.